focus. Vishal Manchanda joins in to discuss this quickly with us, Systematix Group, from Systematix Group. Vishal, thanks very much for taking the time out. Well, you tell us which stock do you want to start with, Cipla, Dr. Reddy's or Sun Pharma? Which one do you think is possibly, the one where clients are probably asking the most questions at this point?
I think Dr. Reddy's is what's most being talked about. If I look at what's kind of buzzing on the street, while Sun on the news on the Sun has been there for quite a while, and there's a lot of discussion that has happened there. But on Dr. Reddy's, this announcement around the drug identification number seems positive, and I think an approval should be there sometime next month, probably. But I think what's important here is we need to understand how many other players also get into the market at the same time. Maybe not the first month, but maybe in the next 6 months, we'll have other players also launching the drug. While it can be initially exciting and create a strong earnings momentum for Dr. Reddy's after Revlimid loss, but then it's going to be probably short-lived because we have 7 filers in the fray, and even the others would also slowly come into the market.
Vishal, so, obviously others would slowly come, but once this din comes, it means that they will get it, right? It's in the right path, they're moving in the right direction, right? Or are there any concerns that could come in and they may not get it also?
Yeah, I think that's how you can look at it. They are on the right track, and probably there are a few steps still there for getting a notice of compliance on the drug. Means a formal approval on the drug.
But is there anything that could go wrong, is what I could say? That maybe, is there a possibility that they do not get an NOC also?
I can't really say that because we haven't seen such instances in the past on Canada. So in the sense, we really don't understand this process very well in terms of what it takes to kind of go from a DIN number to a final approval. But the guidance document says if you have a DIN number, all the regulatory scrutiny is done. All what needs to be scrutinized is done, and the DIN number is granted post that.
Okay. All right. Vishal, just tell us about Cipla, because now Lanreotide, people were estimating that, the disruptions would last only in the first half of FY27. But now it seems as though it's possibly going to continue with this import alert.
Yes, I think typically an import alert takes quite long to be resolved, and we'll see a permanent loss, or maybe Cipla can do a site transfer for this drug to some other facility. But even site transfers can take quite long, and it's a complex drug. So I would kind of knock this off from my numbers for now. But since the Cipla stock has not corrected because it's one stock that has not done well this year. It's probably an underperformer. I don't think there is further scope for correction here. And we also had a good news yesterday on a new approval, Ventolin. So I think probably Ventolin was not in Street's forecast. And if that should replace whatever Cipla would lose from Lanreotide. So I think numbers may not change for FY27. The Street numbers may remain the same.
Okay, got it. The other, stock in focus has obviously been Sun Pharma, and there's a possibility that they are going very aggressive on the Organon bet. What is your sense in terms of if in case that does come through, do you think that the stock would possibly underperform because of the debt and integration issues?
Yeah, I think it's a very large deal, and probably integration could be a challenge here. I think what people would actually, I would say that this would be an overhang on the stock until people see some synergies or positive momentum happening out of the deal in terms of the growth prospects getting stronger over time through either company delivering synergies, which or possibly surprise in terms of the cost synergies that they can deliver from the transaction. Or probably they can do some licensing transactions because of a stronger platform that they would emerge with post transaction. But until we see guidance on synergies and or maybe positive news flow happening on transaction front post deal in terms of licensing opportunities that they can strike, I'll probably see the stock being kind of stuck in a range.
Okay, Vishal, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon on the show, speaking to us about the pharma companies. Different news flows coming in there today as well. Thanks so much for joining in. But on that note, we're going to